As usual, Joy Entertainment, you know we are large and in charge, and we're always bringing you the exclusives, the exclusive interviews, the 411s, and you are getting it all fresh here. So, as part of the Beyond the Return, a lot of people have started trooping in. A lot of African American have started coming into the country. Some to have their own interests and have their sightseeing, others to also invest. Well, I have one person here who, well, the little bit has whispered to me that has spent a fortune into making sure that whatever he's come to do in Ghana materializes. Well, my element of surprise, Jesse Bird. Jesse, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. First time in Ghana?
First time in Ghana. Loving it.
Okay. How's it feeling already like?
It feels great. It feels warm. It feels comfortable. It feels like love.
Feels like love. Well, they say Ghana is the gateway to Africa. Have you felt that already?
I have felt that 100%.
Okay, good. So let's talk about what actually brought you here. Animation.
Absolutely. Yes. So working with Prince, building an animation company, a content company, to really control our narratives. Our company, You Wish, is founded by Baron Davis, an ex-NBA All-Star who's really, really passionate about making sure that kids all across the globe get really positive reflections of blackness and the African and African-American experience.
Basketball brings a lot of money. That means your passion for telling our stories and the narratives was so strong that it actually took you away from basketball to come and start this.
Yeah, so once Baron, our founder, finished his career, you know, he was really looking at what else he wanted to contribute. He had already done so much at a young age, but it's really about building a legacy and a path forward, creating jobs, creating opportunities, developing talent within our community. And this is one way we can do that, by creating animation in a marketplace where people who are into animation and storytelling and illustration in Ghana and as well as in America can come develop their talents, get an opportunity, and we can create stories that go out into the world.
Why Ghana?
Why Ghana? So Baron met Prince back in the States, and they really connected and had a great chat about what they wanted to do for their respective communities and their respective countries. And so Ghana is such a special place, not only because of where it's situated, but because of its deep, rich history and its connection to the African-American experience as well. So we felt like there was such a strong link there to begin with, and we had shared interests and passions, and that's why we've all come together to do this as a team.
So exactly what is the company coming to do in Ghana?
Yeah, so You Wish, and we'll be doing You Wish Africa here in Ghana, is we're building an animation studio so that for all of the stories we create for children, think like cartoons and animated features and children's picture books, they'll have a place to be developed here in Ghana, which means that all of the animators here get that work. All of the partnerships that we have with all of the major players back in the United States, think of all of the big platforms, we'll be able to partner with You Wish Africa to actually do that work, get those contracts, and then contracts beyond what we create as well. So it's a great job development opportunity. It's a great opportunity to create stories for kids, and that's what we're hoping to do.
Well, that is great. That is huge. But let's look at the nitty-gritty of it. What mental picture do you have for this here in Ghana and Africa on the whole?
Yeah, so the idea is to control the narrative from seed to tree. What's typically happened with African and African-American stories when it hits the main stage, think about Disney, Pixar, all of the really, really big ones, is it has to go through so many levels of approval from people who don't share our experience, right? So if you want to get it on the biggest stage, you got to get it approved by somebody or greenlit by somebody who doesn't quite look like you or share your life experience. But by coming together to keep all of that in-house, we don't have to ask anybody else for permission. We can tell the stories authentically. We can tell them a high quality. They'll look just as good as anything else out there on the market, and then we can get it to people in the best way. So that's what we're excited about.
This is huge job employment, creating a lot of employment. How do you intend to run this? Are you going to be here to run it? Are you going to leave someone to run it, and then you get all the global links? How's it going to be then?
Yeah, so boots on the ground here in Ghana, and that's a great question. Prince Anthony, as well as Francis, the lead animator, are going to be developing the talent here and the infrastructure. Our team in America will basically be fielding deals and also developing some of the seed content, and then we'll send it over here to Ghana, and then they'll take it from there. Think of it as like a relay race, right? A 4x4, where the first person runs the baton to the second one, the third, and the fourth. But we'll have people here on the ground who will be making sure that You Wish Africa gets developed wholesomely and effectively.
Okay. So now at least we know how it's going to be run. But earlier on you made mention of, some other platforms you're affiliated to, some other big companies. Can you list me a few?
Yeah, so I mean, some of the companies that are at the table right now are companies like Lionsgate, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and a bevy of others that we can't talk about just yet because of NDA things. But we have a lot of exciting program partners. There's no shortage of that. Right now, what we're really concerned about and we're really careful about is making sure we retain ownership of our brand and of our company so that we can continue telling the stories in the best way. Because as soon as we sell it out, then they're going to start, it's going to be a part of the same problem where these stories aren't coming from the African and African American community. They're coming from someone else. So retaining ownership is really important. That's why we're very careful about who we actually sign deals with, even if they're a big name.
And all these people are coming to be, are going to be on board to see this dream being actualized?
Exactly. So all of these people are interested or already past the point of interest. They've already signed a contract to actually help us do a bit of content. So whether it's an animated special or a film or a cartoon, all of these folks are sort of interested in doing that.
Well, that's good because, I mean, the branch you've mentioned, nothing but top quality. Is it only a studio you're building? Is it only the animated studios that you, and also getting the people that you are concerned about? Is that the only thing you're coming to do here?
No, so beyond that, if you really want to think about how we're looking at how big we want this to be, we want You-ish and You-ish Africa to be like a diverse Disney. So think about everything that Disney's into in terms of merchandising, in terms of video games, in terms of like physical theme parks and stuff like that. All of these are things that we plan and are planning to grow into. The animation part is just the first part so we can get our stories out there, get our characters known, so that then when we do something like that down the line, people can get excited about seeing characters that they're familiar with. But first we got to continue to build that familiarity.
Well, I am very interested about what you said. People should see stories and characters they're already familiar with. I'll come to that. But this is definitely a very huge project, and it will take a lot of finances to get this done. What is, so far, how much has been sunk into this?
Yeah, so in terms of a specific number, that's kind of under wraps, but we have...
No, don't give me specifics. Yeah. Just give me idea of how much.
Yeah, no, we are so lucky to have partners who are passionate about the work that we're doing. And so we have more than enough funding to develop exactly what we're doing right now. And I think as we continue to prove how successful it can be, not only from a content standpoint, but from a sales standpoint, you know, the world is really hungry for new stories. You know, we've seen so many European stories and specifically Western stories and white stories. We are so hungry for new narratives that are authentic and that are true. And so we're thankful to have the infrastructure we need right now to actually accomplish this, because that's often the barrier, right? You have great ideas, you have great talent, you have great content, but who's going to fund it and who's going to distribute it? And so we're lucky to have both of those pieces in play for us.
Well, the little bell told me that a certain amount has been sunk into it. I don't know how true that is. Almost close to $2 million.
Yeah, we are lucky to have people who are passionate about it. We're lucky to have in-house funds that we can use. And it's only going to grow from there. I mean, you know, that amount is really just the seed of what we hope to do. That you just mentioned is just the seed of what we hope to do. and we hope to take it larger and further. And like I said, I can't verify the exact amount, but it is substantial.
Okay. Have you already identified the stories that you're going to be telling?
Yeah, so we have a few features that we've already lined up, and we're excited about that. So they're both, you know, stories from Ghana, but also stories of Black Santa and Cece, who will be our Mickey and Minnie Mouse. You can think of them as our main characters for You-ish, and then we have all of the other stories that we hope to tell as well and expand upon, like Kilo and Kwata and Agakoli, and we hope to really expand those brands to Western markets as well.
Okay. Well, we have a very popular character, Kuku Anansi, and I hear you are doing something on the Anansi story. Is that true?
So we're developing just about every bit of content that we can authentically tap into. So for us, it's all about quality of development and making sure that the people who are a part of the story are a part of the lived experience and a part of that community. And so for us, you want to think about it as we don't necessarily want to rush to market. We want to make sure that we're putting out things that can last 5, 10, 15 years where people still want to watch it and come back to it again and again. So often to make those types of things, you know, think about Pixar. They don't put out 5 movies a year. They may put out 1 every 2 years. But that one movie is very well thought out. It's very well done, and it usually lasts a lot longer. So we're definitely going for quality over quantity because we want our characters to hang around for a while.
That's good. That's very beautiful. Now let's talk about the people who be viable to work with you. What kind of people are you looking at?
Yeah, so starting out, and our lead animator, Francis, was just mentioning this earlier, is that we're going to start out with people who have experience in the field of like animation, because we need to build up our wheelhouse of people who have some chops, who have some resume experience. But we're building a developmental pipeline as well for people who are just starting out and just getting into the field, who want to become animators, but they just don't have the experience yet. Well, we want to help you get that experience, because how do you ever get that experience if nobody gives you a chance and nobody teaches you how to do it in a professional way? And so that's what we want to build here, is like a pipeline, and we're doing it in America too, where we're building a pipeline that gives opportunity to people at every level. Starting out, we're going to start with more seasoned folks so that we can get projects off the ground quickly, but with that, we're going to allow those seasoned folks to then train people who come behind them in what they do and be better and better. So.
Okay. So it's not like you're just only having the people to work with, you're also going to train people in there?
Exactly. So we're going to do both. Exactly, we're going to do both. We're going to train people over time to make sure that they're up to speed and that they can do the work as well. And that's how you create more and more job opportunities, right? You can't just give opportunities to the people who've already had opportunities. You have to give opportunities to the people who haven't had opportunities, but are passionate and are talented. They just need the skills development.
I was going to come to this, and then definitely, finally it comes. Black Santa. What is the whole idea for the Black Santa?
So, largely over history, right? Santa's largely been white, and images of blackness have not been projected in a positive way, especially with seasonal characters and holiday characters. Santa's arguably the biggest holiday character in the world, and the fact that he's only been exclusively white means that kids, especially speaking from an American perspective, black kids in America have to look up to, or asked to look up to, a white character to bring them gifts and also to tell them if they've been naughty or nice that year. Well, that creates a lot of problems in terms of self-image, in terms of self-worth, and you're taught to look outside of yourself for your value and if you've been doing something correctly. And so for us, we want to spread an images of positivity, of blackness all over the world. And also, Black Santa, how he differs from traditional Santa, white Santa, is that he actually believes that giving should be year-round, that there shouldn't be any season for giving. So not just the holidays should you be charitable and kind, but you should be kind year-round.
Hey, well, Black Santa. So it definitely must be someone who has beard and who has a poor belly.
Yeah, yeah, he's modeled after our founder, Baron Davis.
Oh, that's good. That's well. This is beautiful. This is a good initiative. And come to the. I mean, you also told me the studio is not the only thing. You're looking at something like a recreational center, a park for people. Have you already mapped out a place you will want to have this?
Yeah, so we've already identified and started looking at a few areas that we want to develop, and that we're really excited about. And so, obviously, with any type of park, the logistics typically hinge around just how people are going to access the park. How are people going to get to it? Because we want locals to come, but we also want to bring in tourism dollars to Ghana, right? And so we want to make sure that people coming from all over the world can get to this park easily, and they can have a really, really great time. And so that's what we're looking at now, just in terms of, you know, which plots of land, how we want to build it out. Obviously, that's a big picture. And I think that it speaks to just how long we want to be in partnership with Ghana, because, you know, an amusement park isn't something you throw up in 6 months. It means that we plan to work with Ghana long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and talking about how this place is going to be accessible means you're looking at probably center of town.
Well, we're looking at different locations. We haven't actually solidified either one that we're going to have. That has to obviously go through a few rounds of approval. But here, I am here this trip to begin to look at just different properties and different plots of land and start talking about, you know, all the business stuff, prices, partners, thinking about who else we're going to bring in to be a part of anything that we do here on the ground, what other type of corporations and partners. And so it really is a big, long play, and we're excited about it.
How many plots of land are you looking at?
Yeah, so right now we've talked about two plots of land right now, and hopefully talk about more before I leave on Friday.
All at the same place, or you're going to spread it out?
Oh, these are different locations around Ghana. Yeah, that we're considering. Yeah.
And so, what? Yes, this is going to be a long play. It means it's going to make you come into Ghana very often.
I hope so. I would love to. I would love to. But if not me, it'll definitely be members of our team. You know, our founder is definitely going to get here, hopefully sooner rather than later. Baron Davis will be here, and he'll have boots on the ground as well. So, but We plan on spending a lot of time in Ghana, and not just for business.
Have you tasted any of the food, any of the local delicacies?
I've had some jollof, and it's been fantastic.
That's right.
It's fantastic. The best. The best.
Well, thank you so very much for your time. I'm just hoping to quickly get to see the start of this.
Yes.
And then we'll see how we can forge on and move it from there.
It's just the beginning. We're so excited.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to Ghana.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.